Lionel Messi continues to make noise in the US. The second game has come to an end, and what an incredible performance we saw. Inter Miami easily thrashed Atlanta United and confidently advanced to the round of 32 in Leagues Cup. It's only been a few weeks, and the mighty Argentine seems to have already done more for Inter Miami than any footballer in the history of the still young club. Today we are gonna talk about 7 times the GOAT managed to shock Inter Miami. Leave a like for Leo Messi, and let's get into it.
Let's go!
On the eve of the Leagues Cup kickoff, Inter Miami's chances of succeeding in the group were assessed quite modestly, to say the least. No one knew in what shape Leo Messi arrived and whether he was ready to help his new team in ties against Cruz Azul and Atlanta United. However, Messi showed that a few training sessions will be enough to come out and totally outclass strong opponents. Firstly, there was an epic debut against the Mexican side, accompanied by a spectacular free kick taken in the last seconds of the game. And then there was an absolute dismantling of Atlanta. Delivered pre-assist, an assist. Two consecutive man-of-the-match performances, and everyone at Inter Miami is put in a pleasant shock. The arrival of Messi and Busquets has really helped us a lot. Now we play with a lot of confidence. It's easy to play with them, the Herons midfielder Dixon Arroyo noted. And he is totally right. The mere presence of Busquets, and especially Messi, has immediately given the team the necessary boost, turning yesterday's MLS outsiders almost into main contenders for the Leagues Cup title. Lionel Messi was quick to surprise his new teammates. No one from the Inter Miami roster knew La Pulga personally, therefore many asked themselves a question: what is Lionel Messi like in real life? As it turned out, he is a very open and sociable guy. Your guy, as they say about such people. Of course, here's a story to prove our point. Does anyone have tickets for the match with Cruz Azul? Inter striker Leonardo Campana asked in the team chat. The answer stunned everyone. It was Messi. How many do you need? And it doesn't even need to be added that Leonardo got the required amount. Come on, he is Messi. He can do everything.
I didn't even know that Leo was, or Messi was in the group chat yet, but he popped up straight away and said, "How many do you need, Leo?" Straight away like that. So, just from there, I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like straight off the bat, I obviously, they've known each other for maybe, I don't even know, 2 days, 3 days or something, but just to show, that generosity is, that's a great first example of hospitality.
According to Yedlin, everyone immediately saved Messi's number in the phones, but under fictitious names, in case someone loses their device or it gets hacked. Lionel Messi has been named the new Inter Miami captain, and it seems like a logical decision. The GOAT deserves to wear the captain's armband in any team he performs, simply because of his leadership and human qualities. But if he managed to bring up his leadership qualities in his first 2 appearances, then his human qualities were shown not only in the mentioned case with tickets, but also after the battle against Cruz Azul. Turns out that Leo Messi was preparing a surprise for his new teammates and gave each of them Beats headphones in the club's colors to celebrate their first win together. The matter was shared by Yedlin, who by the way was wearing the same headphones while talking about that. One can say it's a penny for Messi, but what a gesture it still is, folks. Rate the gesture. That's freaking awesome. Give this video a like, everyone, and we are moving on. You may have seen this photo and wondered, why is Messi holding Frey's jersey? And it's a great question, since it once again reveals the human qualities of the legend. During his post-game interview, Messi turned the spotlight to a 20-year-old teammate, Jan Frey, who had earlier in the night left the game in tears with what would later be diagnosed as his 3rd ACL tear in 3 years. I want to dedicate this game to Jan, who was suffering in the locker room because of the injury. Messi said in his interview on the field. He already suffered 2 serious injuries and was out for a long time, and now has a bad luck to suffer another injury. We believe it's serious again, and I want to send him a lot of strength. He is a young kid who will definitely recover and be back with us again, and hopefully as soon as possible. A powerful message, isn't it? And what if the GOAT himself sends it to you? We are sure that with such support, the boy will recover much faster to play with Leo again. It's no secret that Messi is constantly accompanied by security guards. A star of his magnitude cannot help but be a target for possible madmen. As Leo was making his way to his family through the crowd after the clash against Cruz Azul, Messi was traditionally surrounded by security and even a few local sheriff's deputies. But at some point, it became clear that people making their way to the GOAT were just kids. A few of the security guards make an attempt to usher the kids elsewhere, but Messi intervenes. "Para los niños," he says, "for the kids." Leo took a photo, making children who dreamed of meeting their idol happier than ever. Among them was Eli, the oldest son of Luis Robles, otherwise known as Inter Miami goalkeeper in 2020, the club's inaugural season. He spent a few minutes with the kids, Robles says. He was so patient with them, it was just insane. What a cool and kind man Messi is, don't you agree? Despite the fact that Messi was constantly accused of indifference to training throughout his career, he has long proven what a professional and exemplary footballer he actually is. Okay, so Leo left a pleasant impression on everyone at Inter squad, namely at his first training session. The GOAT arrived at the training ground at 7 a.m. and was the first to be there. Only one of his teammates appeared as early, 18-year-old Benjamin Kramashi. The next day, several more footballers showed up. The next day, more players were added to the mix of early workers. He sets the tone. It's very important, states Inter owner Jorge Mas. Thus, Messi shows everyone in the roster that success in football is impossible without hard work and discipline. The captain motivates the team to train more and dedicate more time to the team and the microclimate by his own example. Just bravo! Moreover, according to The Athletic, once Messi and Busquets stayed after training hours to play with Inter Miami's youth team. First to arrive and last to leave. That's what he is, the GOAT. At last, we would love to give you a few more peculiar insiders. Inter Miami representatives were very afraid that it would be very difficult for Leo to rub shoulders with the team's mid-level footballers, considering Messi being several steps higher by football standards. But these doubts began to dispel from the first days of his transfer, because according to info given by the club, Messi set himself a goal of showing everyone around him that he is just one of the guys, not a GOAT who will walk with his head high, not noticing others. The club employees mentioned with surprise how friendly he is with almost everyone he sees, from youngsters to office workers. On the eve of one training session, Messi had a good-natured chuckle in the dressing room when some of his teammates noticed him wearing his training bib backwards. At first, they were worried about pointing this fact out, but they soon realized that he could take any joke and was just a grounded person with no starstruck symptoms. Messi's attitude towards those around him at Miami is clearly visible in this clip, where Leo gives everyone a handshake, from young supporters to a security guard. Leo Messi's arrival to Miami shocked absolutely everyone, the world football community, but first of all, Inter Miami. The Herons hoped that the GOAT would consider their offer and might accept it, but when it did happen, the club was still left flabbergasted. Nevertheless, everything that is now going on in the incredible story between Messi and Inter Miami can be considered a pleasant shock therapy, especially when the best football player in history makes a revolution of some sort, literally infecting all of the US with the #1 game. We would certainly want similar stories to pop up again and again, and we hope that Leo Messi's path at Inter Miami will be all about joyful tones. Guys, Press the like button if you wish Lionel the same, and stay tuned to our channel. Subscribe and watch more videos about Messi and Inter Miami. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit!